For it is only through that which you call evil that you can know good. Only through that which you call the work of the devil that you can know and do the work of God. I do not love hot more than I love cold, high more than low, left more than right. It's all relative. It is all part of what is. I do not love good more than I love bad. Hitler went to heaven.
Okay, that about sums it up. So that was one of the main themes put forth in Conversations with God. Hitler went to heaven. God doesn't love evil. God doesn't love good more than evil. And if you subscribe to that line of thinking, and if you, it will allow you to unconditionally love all of those who are ruining the world. It does say that you can somehow try to change the world by your thought process and becoming one with the supernatural. And that's all fine and dandy. But there is a place for hatred. There is a place for hatred in the world. And I hate evil people. I hate evil people and people that take advantage of their fellow man. And I'm not going to unconditionally love them. And that's the problem. That's one of the main problems I have with Conversations with God by Neale Walsch. Now, I'm going to play for you a clip at this point in time that is two Satanists. They were being interviewed by some Christian interviewer. I don't know his name. But it's the daughter of Anton Levy, and my understanding is he started off the Church of Satan in California somewhere. I think it was California. And there's another guy that is a self-appointed head of a werewolf society or something. I don't know what his deal is, but they take their Satanism very seriously, and I want you to listen to their message, right? And I want you to hear what they have to say. And it's basically the same message. There is no such thing as good and evil. It's all relative. And that's one of Satan's messages. It's one of his tools that he uses to deceive the public. And so whether you wrap flowery language around it like Neale Walsch does, or whether you utter it out of the mouth of these two people that you're fixing to see, the message is the same, and I reject it wholeheartedly. I reject it wholeheartedly, and I want no part of it. But here's the point where I'll start the Satanist interview right now.
Instinctively feel that something's not right, we have to go by gut intuition.
What if you're wrong? What if you're
Gut
wrong?
What is wrong
isn't
and right?
wrong.
And in our case, we are making up our reality. We decide what's right and wrong.
What
You
is
are
wrong?
letting the Bible or Jesus Christ or whatever God may be
Even
decide.
common sense. I mean, even leaving God out of it to suggest that you can make up your own reality. My goodness, that's what they did in Tiananmen Square. That's what they did in Germany in 1933. I mean,
And that's what they're doing in America in
these are examples of
1989.
people who created their own reality.
Everyone creates their own reality. The thing is, you speak for a consensus of reality which is acceptable. We speak for one which at this point in history is not acceptable.
Well,
so it's just a question of who manipulates the media, who has the most money to put their reality forth.
Would you pardon me saying that I find a world in which your ability to conjure your own reality as you perceive it to be a very frightening world for people like me, because you see, I'm guided by some codified rules that tell me what is right and wrong. In your world, I'm not so sure I would feel very safe.
Well,
you would see that's your
maybe.
problem. You have in the satanic world of the future, Christian churches will be allowed to continue because they pose no threat to us. We don't need Christianity. Christianity needs us.
Sure.
So we'll let it.
Sure. Tell that to the Jews in the Warsaw Ghetto. Why, we're not going to put you in gas ovens. We're not going to kill you. We just want you to wear an armband.
No, I'm not saying that.
I mean, we just want you.
No.
But
I'm not saying
Hitler-
I'm a humanitarian.
Hitler,
don't try to whitewash
Hitler
me.
created a reality. Was it evil?
Hitler was a masterful black magician. Of course, he created a reality. Was it evil? I'm telling you that I don't believe in good and evil, and nor can anyone decide what is good and evil. It's all based on historical and cultural values. In my point of view, the Christian religion...
All right. So I want to wrap this up, and it looks like I'm going to go into 20 minutes. But the main point I wanted to drive home in this two-part video series is whether the message is uttered with flowery language, and Neale Walsch writes a whole book about it, and it's we're all one and unconditionally love one another and love, and or whether it's uttered from the mouth of a self-admitted Satanist the message is the same, which is there is no such thing as good and bad, or good and evil. There is no such thing as right and wrong. There is no such thing as should and should not. And let's just all unconditionally love one another. That thought process is what I'm opposed to wholeheartedly, and I absolutely reject it. That thought process will destroy the moral foundations of a society. And if you destroy the standard that was put forth in the Bible and by Jesus Christ as far as what is right and what is wrong, then the people that are in control of this physical world, that have all the financial resources, they are so much worse than the Bible. And I know some of you say so much evil has been done in the name of religion, and I don't defend mainstream religion. They're the scribes and the Pharisees and the Sadducees. The Bible talks about those people. Those people are the ones who crucified Jesus Christ. Those people are the ones who constantly tried to put Jesus on the spot with all their crazy questions. And he had a wonderful answer for every single one of them. The point is that if you rip out religion like so many of you want to do, and I'm talking to some of you atheists as well, because conversations with God is not for atheists, and certainly these Satanists are not atheists, but atheists don't believe there's anything as right or wrong either, because they believe in evolution. So they believe in this thing called an inner moral compass, and Zeitgeist, the movie, talks about how the moral ideas of a society changes over time, and there's no such thing as right and wrong. If you listen to any Zeitgeist movie, they talk about the same thing. So we have to reject that, and we have to stand up for the people that still have ears to hear and eyes to see and still have some sort of core righteousness about them. We have to stand up and fight this thought process that we should unconditionally love everybody and there is no such thing as right and wrong. It's going to destroy our society. We have to stand up and we have to say there is such a thing as right and wrong. There is such a thing as good and bad. There is such a thing as should and should not. And we have to fight for that. We can't let that slip away, because I think so many people are buying into this lie. And I wanted to draw the comparison with the two clips. Hopefully I made my point. I know I'm not the best speaker in the world, but I never claimed to be. I'm just trying to get you to think about something that at least was on my mind, and I wanted to draw the comparison between the two. And let me know what you think in the comment section, and God bless every one of you, and take care.